Beautiful people, what a year it has been. Celebrating great times with you. My name is Miriam Udwak-Mensah. We kicked off this year with great aspirations and big conversations to have on this show. The show is The Dish. Again, my name is Miriam Udwak-Mensah, your host. We're coming to you live from the MX24 studios, Oleander Streets, East Legon, Accra, Ghana. Now, this season has been absolutely encouraging, empowering, and we've had great conversations right here on the show, of course, with women who are impacting lives the way a woman should. I think one day on this show, we'll explain to you all what it means to be a woman. We've touched on different aspects of women in business, women in different aspects of life, but we're going to give you a holistic view of who a woman is. But this is The Dish. And so we're going to have conversations around women in different areas. Today's conversation is big, and I need you to stay right here with us. Join us as we continue to amplify women's voices, challenge the status quo, and spark meaningful change with progressive women. I've always told you that the conversation right here is not with women. It's with progressive women. A big thank you to Decozone for giving us this beautiful set. And of course, Betway Cowbell Coffee, Flora Tissues, Tango Washing Powder, and Telus, of course. Club Shandy also came on board, and LPG as well. Now, hey guys, let's talk about something we all want, something we all desire. That is success. Everybody wants it. Everybody dreams of it. We all aspire to succeed and make a mark in life. We push ourselves to excel, enduring challenges along the way just to be successful. Charlie, when work gets tough, and I bet it will, you need that extra boost to keep pushing forward. And on those days where you need someone to be there for you, Cowbell Coffee will be by your side. Yes, it's a rich, creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that would aid kickstart your day. So whether you're working or just creating beautiful memories with friends and loved ones, Cowbell Coffee will be there with you every single moment. So no matter where you're at, as you chase after those goals, keep Cowbell Coffee close to stay motivated and going. Cowbell Coffee is with you every single moment. Now, let me remind you also that this show is an interactive show. So I'm sharing this, the ideas, the comments, the reactions. I'm doing this with you. Please stay with me as we do this together. Just comment on all our social media platforms. It's MX24GH on all social media platforms. And the hashtag is The Dish on MX. Today, we're going to be touching on professional female relationships. This is my gender. This is my gender. We do the most. I'm telling you, we're great. We're a great breed, but we do the most. So finding us in a professional space means that you have to have emotional intelligence, which means that you have to be embracing yourself every single moment you hold yourself together. But we're going to be looking at collective growth, challenges, and of course, some wins with women in the professional space. In the professional world, the relationship women build with one another are essential to fostering a sense of empowerment and achieving collective growth. These connections serve as powerful tools for mentorship, support, and advocacy. And right here in the studio this morning, I have a mentor, a mother. She was a lot of things to me, but we're going to be touching on that. In fact, part of my success in this media space was because she stood by me. Now, we are here helping women navigate the complexities of the workplace. While these relationships can be a source of strength, they also face unique challenges such as societal stereotypes, workplace inequality, let me put it that way, and the struggle to balance collaboration with competition. Nonetheless, when nurtured, that is this relationship with women amongst women, professional female relationships have the potential to create a network of solidarity that is not only uplifts or amplifies the strength that we have, of individuals, but also drives systematic change on organizations. Because imagine all the women in the team, or all the women in the marketing team, in the finance team are together pushing one agenda. Imagine how great the company will be. Well, today we're going to look at how we'll build all of that and help you navigate this journey. I have in the studio with me, like I said earlier, she's not only a mother to many, she's my personal mother in the industry. Also, she's been a support system to many young women in navigating this journey of especially media space. Being in the media space as a female is difficult, but with women like this, we have done great. Her name is Emmeline Dartey, career and leadership coach, SME consultant, HR strategist. Because she was my HR. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you
Mimi.
doing?
I'm great, and you?
People, you don't know the pressure on me.
You're
right
looking
now.
amazing, girl. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year, Mama. All right. So also joining us is she's a sister. She's a blessing to the world. You I'll continue later because I cannot finish. Petra Odubayo.
Yes.
Odubayo. Yeah, I got it right. She's a minister, a gospel minister. If you ask me, what do you need a gospel minister? Yes. People you don't know. She's also an entrepreneur, a business strategist and business engineer. We'll talk about that as well. Founder of Merci Cosmetics.
Yes.
Yes, Merci Elux Hairs and Pincoin.
Yes.
Pincoin, what do you do at Pincoin?
I exchange foreign exchange.
Foreign exchange. So Pincoin Forex, Pincoin Exchange.
Yeah.
She works as a general manager at Just Mode, a brand that I absolutely adore. And then she's a production manager for that as well. And she's a lot of things.
I'm a lot of things.
She's a lot of things. She's a lot of things, and she is a woman.
Yes.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
How are you doing? Looking stunning. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Because today's show is a very important one for me. I cannot ask that we do this at any time. We went through the entire season of The Dish from 2024 to 2025 with the idea to empower women, to encourage women to do better in every single aspect of their lives. Now, this conversation is going to continue right after this short commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show right here on MX24. This is The Dish. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. Today, the topic we're going to be touching on, like I was trying to say earlier, we chose this for our final episode. Yes, we've done 13 episodes of The Dish, guys. It has not been easy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, when I finish, please take me to somewhere, some resort because it has been 13 crazy episodes. Because every single topic we've had to choose has had a direct impact on me, on the team. The times that when we're done with the production, my producer stands and she's like, wow, I didn't even think this was going to go that way.
Great.
Now, if I decide to talk about the backdoor things that happen before the production is done, it's just incredible. But before we get into the conversation, I want to say a big thank you to the entire team. Let's start from the top to my producer, Ira. I love you so much. You have been absolutely amazing on this project. Gabby! Gabby's my director. Oh my God, I love this man. Anytime he's in my ears, he's telling me one thing or the other, or he's just trying to get me to get in the right mood for the show. Anytime I show up and I'm not looking my best, he knows and he will tell you that, listen, are you okay? Let's do this, let's do this. It's been an amazing, journey. To the guys in the studio, my personal team, these are my guys, like my G. Let's start from Isaac. Let's go to Teddy. Sometimes Momsy, where's Momsy? Is Momsy in here? No, Momsy is not here. Momsy is not here. I have Eben. Guys, thank you so much for an amazing journey. We'll go back again. We'll come back again with an even better and bigger season. But thank you so much. So we'll do the Thanksgiving service later. But let's talk about how important this topic is. Because when you've built your career, when you've started your business, when you've done all these amazing things, what is important is building network. Yeah. No matter where you find yourself. Sure. So that is why this conversation is very important. Now, how do professional female relationships contribute to career advancement? Let me start with the HR aspect. Okay. Let me start with you. How do you think the female relationships that we built contribute to career advancement?
So basically, first of all, generally, networking actually, whether you're networking with men or women, whether you're a man or a woman, building relationships actually helps your career. So the whole concept of networking is premised on the fact that you are connecting with people of like-mindedness, people who are going where you want to go, people who have been where you want to be, and then you learn, you glean from them, you learn, and then it impacts your career. So for women, prior to now, it's exciting to know that before we used to think women didn't really used to connect. We thought women were enemies. You know, we always say that if you don't find a woman in a gossip niche, she's doing nothing. But today, the narrative has changed.
Yeah.
The evidence is what? The network, the support systems we see. A lot of female networks, female communities, female groups have now emerged. So we see that even now the female mentors have come up. We are so happy. And we even have male mentors that mentor women. You know, so the he for she's are there. So, and one can, I mean, I am a testimony of networking or building relationships with women and men higher than me. In my HR profession, for example, when I started doing HR, I basically didn't know anything. When I joined the first media house I joined as the only HR then, it was an HR person that held my hand, and then I could make a phone call to this HR and they will all support me. And so I cannot take the credit from the university that I went to. It is very key. And even post, you know, leaving corporate Ghana to become an entrepreneur and all of that, still I had to look forward to people who have been there. I had to network a lot. For me, I'm a network junkie. LinkedIn, I don't joke with it. Like I tell people, you don't necessarily have to only be in an in-person environment. The professional platforms help a lot. I sleep and I wake up, I have DMs sending me emails for certain opportunities I would never have gotten. You know, so I tell women to show up. I have never been a woman that has faced glass ceiling issue before. When I got to the media house, I was the only management woman in management team. They're all men. And you know how, I mean, we work together. Media is not a joke. It's no play. And you have to deal with men, their egos, deal with their differences, try to, you know, work with them as a team. One thing I tell women is this: don't ever go into a room as a woman. Go into the room as a human being. You have this. You have a mind.
Wait, Ma. You cannot say this one and pass. Don't go into a room as a woman, but go in there as a human being.
Yes.
We've had different where they say go in with your grace as a woman. What do you make of that?
So what I said does not negate that fact.
Right.
The problem is that women don't even know they have grace.
Okay. Yeah.
So they walk in and they are timid. They are
trying to be masculine.
So you see, when you see a woman being masculine, it's insecurity. I used to be a tomboy when I was growing up because I felt like men had a certain kind of, you know, attention that as a woman I won't have. Now it didn't help that I'm the only girl, right? But so I saw the difference between how boys are treated and how girls are treated, and none of these things start from childhood. So I always wanted to wear what they wore. My mother would get me. I was the only girl. I was angry. I didn't want it. She didn't understand me, you know. So when my brothers wear the same thing, I'm a girl. I have to wear something different. And I did. So I became a tomboy so that I'd feel
powerful.
Thank you. I had a lot of male friends, you know. I felt more comfortable with the male gender than the female gender. Not because the female gender was bad to me, but I didn't think that we women had started to the chance. Now I grew up having that tomboyish attitude and all that. One day I didn't even know when God stripped me of it. It was yesterday I began to think about it. Imagine I was a tomboy in this era where LGBTQ is a problem. I would have had issues. That aside, I would never have advance to the fullest of my potential as the female gender. So I tell women, when I use the word human being, a man is a human being too. What makes him more confident than you? It's a man's world, we understand. We made it that way. But show up. So I've never gone to a place and I always feel like I'm the only woman here. I go there, the same brain you have, I have brain. The same talent, I have my talent. What I leveraged on was that I saw your strength, my weakness, you compliment me. I never see men as a competition for me. They are my brothers, they are my friends, they are my colleagues, you know.
But women, we don't apply the same energy towards
the same gender.
Towards
our gender.
And that is why I bring you in. When I met her the very first time, I thought this chick was so graceful. How is she so soft? Then when I asked about her, oh no, I didn't ask about her. I saw her minister. I'm like, auntie. Then I asked about her. And then I realized that not only is she this graceful, she has a power that she exudes. She you know, in any capacity you put her, she'll be effective. And so I wanted to find out from you, how are you able to stay this graceful and still have that kind of impact that you have, but then still maintain and nurture relationships that, you know, this person. Because like I tell you, there are some women who are like very scared of women who are graceful.
Yeah.
Because you think you're better than that.
Yeah.
That's why you're just calm. Just quiet.
Intimidation.
Yeah. Tell me how you're able to do it.
Interestingly, me building relationships did not come at the beginning of my career. In fact, I started working at a very early age. I started working when I was 15. And I remember holding my first salary and being super excited, you know. So, and those relationships that I built back then, or those jobs that I had those days, or those businesses that I helped those days, till now, some of them I don't have a relationship with them. So I started learning to build relationships at the in fact, when I came to Ghana and I started working, that was when I started learning to keep relationships. And when I got married to, you know, my husband taught me to keep relationships as well, because I wasn't good with keeping relationships. But now I've understood the importance of networking and having to have people in your corner, you know. And some of the people that have helped me to walk into rooms that I never imagined that I'll walk into are women. So it's been a beautiful experience.
Yeah, but for someone who was coming from a space where you didn't have any form of background on building relationships, what was the turning point for you? At what point did you say that, as in, this relationship thing is what will help me, or let me just... Because I figure you're from Nigeria.
Yes, I am from Nigeria. So I started learning that in order for me to be able to achieve certain things in my life, I'm going to need people, and and those people are also going to need me, or I'm going to need to provide them with certain solutions or certain... basically certain solutions to the problems that they have, for them to be able to push me to the place that I want to get to. Because, you know, life is like a ladder, and you're going to need people to keep pushing you up and up and up and up for you to be able to achieve your life dreams and goals. So when I came to that realization, I was like, nah, I have to learn to keep people in my corner. I have to learn to build relationships that are impactful to me, where I'm also impactful to them. Not because some people are users, you know. It shouldn't come off across as that. Like you should be able to impact people's life while they're impacting yours, solving their problems and bringing solutions to their problems, whilst they're also doing that to you too. So basically, just creating value. And
we're going to get into what the systematic process was for building relationships for you. We're going to get into that. But what role does mentorship, and this conversation is so, and I love that you brought it up, because a lot of young people don't think, young females don't think they can find a mentor in a woman. If they find you calling a woman a mentor, don't worry, we give you a couple of years, people fall out. And that is something that I have witnessed quite a number of times in this country, especially when the young person feels like, I have to do it as quick as this mentor of mine did it. But this mentor of yours is 50 years old, and you're only 20. You're not, if with the right, you know, learnings and teachings, you probably will get there, but maybe not in that rush. Let's talk about the impact of mentorship on women at work. As you find yourself in a working environment, mentorship, how important is it? And what is it able to do for a young girl?
That's a very intelligent question, Mimi. Very important. So I've been in the mentorship space for a very long time, and I currently serve as a youth mentor for both young men and women. And it's interesting that the women I have experienced are very driven. So the first thing with mentorship is that you must have a drive. You must know your purpose, or be desireful to want to know what God has made you to be, what your purpose is. Then the desire to have a mentor comes, and then you would now be aligned with how mentorship works. What is mentorship? In layman's terms, is holding the hand of somebody who is way ahead of you. The person leads you gently through a process, like you said, to where you want to go. The advantage is that the mistakes your mentor has made, you don't make as much. And you get there faster than your mentor even did. That is the advantage. But you see, mentorship is not just, how will I say it, a relationship. There are principles to it. The people who are your mentors are busy people. For example, you go on LinkedIn and somebody DMs you, hello, good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon. How are you doing, ma'am? I'm fine. Wednesday. Comes back the next day, repeats that every single day. 24 hours is not even enough for me. And so I have to, like, what do you want? So as a woman, a young lady, when you meet a woman, if you meet Mimi K, you want Mimi to be your mentor, don't go to a DM and be asking, how are you eating? Is your dog okay? Ma'am, I see what you do. It's amazing. I also have a passion to be a media person. Can I come and intern for you, even if it's once a week? I tell young people, shadow people for growth. The problem we have is that the young ones, women as well, want money today, like you said, but they don't understand that the money you get today will finish tomorrow. But social capital never ends.
True.
I should be in a state where even if my bank account is empty, I can call Mimi. Mimi, Charlie, DM me some thousand, bam, a large drop. You get it? They need to understand that there's what we call, in the Western world, women have what we call sponsors. Sponsorship, what is not money, they open doors for you. You get me? You want to go for scholarship, they recommend you. You want to get a job, they recommend you. You want a funding business for fun, they recommend you. If you don't have that kind of relationship with your mentors, it's a problem. And mentors have a certain need people don't get. The young people think the mentors, sorry love, the mentors think you have it all. The mentee, think the mentor has it all. Many mentors are going through a lot. Many mentors are going through quite a lot. So if you don't take care, you can trigger them. If you don't take care, you can trigger them, and then you think that the mentor is rude, or mentors are too. No, you didn't approach the person the right way. When I met Ohini Gifty Auntie, looking at her, she has every right to be. I said, God, hey, I said, Mom, you're the sweetest human being I've ever met in my life. Now, because she's a woman like exudes power, we've made a perception, say, this woman, you can't approach her.
Yes.
But how did I approach her? I go to her, I understand who she is. I have to learn the principles of if the person, she's in royalty. You don't just go to her just like that. There's the way you approach her. If the woman is a CEO or a pastor, as a religious figure, or there's a way you deal with those people. Learn the etiquette. And so I went to her. The first thing I did was show interest in what she does. I provided support for her where I could, and that was it. So we don't talk every day. But the day I do it, she responds back to me. And it's the same thing I do with other great people. So respect mentors' time. Respect who they are, and be concerned about what they need. That's the last thing I'll say about this. With mentorship, it's not a one-way street. We think that we should always take from the mentor.
Because the mentor has more.
No. Mom, I'm available for whatever you need. When a mentor hears that, sometimes you go to a program and I finish speaking and people come, oh, ma'am, I want you to be my mentor. The people I pay attention to are those who say something beyond just asking me to be a mentor. Oh, I heard what you said, ma'am. That was really good. I really want to be this. Would you be able to assist me then? When I see that you are driven, for me, that's how I take my mentees. When you are driven, I am inspired. It's like my adrenaline rushes. Like your purpose, I must see it happen. So even as HR, that was the relationship I had with my staff.
And I remember being told that by this woman. And I remember very, very, very much being told this. And sometimes when you leave the office, you're asking yourself, what is this woman even see that I can't see? What did she see? Me, I can't see what you're seeing.
So because of this, even after I've left HR, everyone who I had the blessing to be an HR over, when I see them, my heart is glad. It wasn't the salary that was my main, purpose or my focus, but that everyone that God had given me through my profession did not live the same way I recruited them. So when I see those who are serious, I'm not surprised. Seeing Mimi those days, Mimi was everywhere. You could see that this lady just wanted to make a deal, but nobody was paying attention. The day, finally, she was, identified it.
Jesus.
Look at her today.
Jesus.
So I tell people that mentorship, don't joke. Mimi can call me anytime. Mimi can DM me on Facebook. I can give her accolades, and those things help her esteem.
Yeah.
Today, she's the woman because all of the accumulation of all people in her life, she has taken, she has listened, and she has paid attention. That is mentorship.
And I would like to add this before we go. I have there was a time my mother was telling someone that if she had a program coming up, and she said, if Sarah Jakes enters this country, this girl can leave my event and go. And people were surprised. There are times I don't listen to her preaching. There are some days where if she's the one preaching, I'm listening to Sarah Jakes. Wow. And she advised me at a very, very young age that find a mentor for everything you're doing. Is it ministry? Find a mentor for it.
Okay.
She is a powerful woman. But she's not my mentor when it comes to the word of God. When it comes to women on the pulpit, she's not. And it is because there was a time she was asking me, she told me that sometimes I get offended, but I want to find out, what is it about Sarah Jakes that you like? I said, have you heard the Sarah Jakes story? Immediately she got teary. She was like, oh my God, how come I never figured it out? and so for me, I have been blessed by women so much that this conversation is personal to me. Because even in workplaces, I've known her for I can't count how many years. I worked with her in spaces that she meets me in town with some of my colleagues that I've worked with years, and it's like we just met. Like it's like it's a fresh relationship. But somehow I had the right people to guide me through. So mentorship is such an important thing for every female who's looking at attaining a certain height in life. Unless, of course, you want to be, and for female, you can't afford to be an island. That's number one. I'm going to ask. But you, mentorship, how has that affected you personally, and how do you think it can affect and build, for future advancement or business advancement?
Mentorship is such an important thing that this generation specifically, they don't pay a lot of attention to it, because everyone is like, I want to make it on my own. I want to be able to tell my story of how I got here without the help of anybody. But it's very impossible to not have someone by your side guiding you, telling you what to do, where to go, where not to go, who to speak to and who not to speak to. Mentorship is like taking someone's years of professional training and years of learning and growing, and the person just putting it into you in 1 year.
Yes.
Because this person has gone through life. This person has gone through things that you have not gone through, and the person is teaching you those things within a year or within a short period of time, and you're able not to make the mistakes that the person made. You're able to, win in the same way the person has been able to win. So mentorship is very important, and I wish more ladies out there can pay attention to being mentored. Look for someone that you believe in and trust in, and someone that believes in you, and that can mentor you through life, through your career, through ministry, whatever you find yourself doing. I'm sure there's someone out there for you.
There is for you. I hope you're learning. I hope you're learning something. Now, when it comes to support, we've had women supporting women. It became a tagline. It became a slogan.
I know.
And we used it for how many years? I think it came out very strong in 2022, 2021, thereabout. Women supporting women. Now, there is just a little problem, because when you find yourself in a professional space, especially when you're in a space where it's like, for instance, if it's sales, and you're supposed to rake in a certain number in a month, but this is your competitor. Yet you're supposed to support her. To attain the same goal you are looking at attaining. In media space, in music, in HR, they're naming the big HRs in the country. And the person you're supposed to be attaining this same height with is your competitor. The sister sitting beside you is your competitor. How are you able to support, regardless of this competition going? And I'm talking about healthy competition. We have not even touched on the negative competitions that, like, I need this girl to move from this seat because she's my senior, but I need that position. So I'm going to kill everything to get there. But part of killing everything is includes killing her as well. Because if she's moved from there, unless she's going to a higher position, you're ending that person. How are you able to do that?
So we look at, for healthy competition, we look at collaboration now. The world has moved beyond competition these days. So standing out has nothing to do with you supporting somebody else. In fact, supporting somebody else helps you stand out. This is the analogy. If I light a candle in this room and there's no light, the light is not just, and oh, Mimi can't see. She can't see. Oh, let me put on the candle. Then she sees. When I walk, I won't stumble. You get it? So that is the analogy we use. You cannot afford to think of yourself only. That is selfishness. You learn when you help others. It's as simple as that. So focusing on building yourself requires you holding somebody else. That is how even leaders are built. It's like saying a leader wants to remain a leader, so the team, I can't support you. Hey, that is why you're a leader, because somebody is looking up to you.
Yeah.
So I remember back at the last, I mean, everywhere I've worked, I'm not the HR that sits down on my seat. I will get up and go to every office, check on them. I'm not coming to spy. I'm actually interested in seeing what you are doing. So today, as a consultant, when I'm consulting for a media firm, I know I may not be in the position of a media person, the technical media role, but as HR, I can tell you what's going on. I can tell you what to do, I can tell you how not to run a media house. I can tell you how to run a media house, because I was concerned. If I hadn't done that and I felt I'm in my space, I don't care. I'm here to be an HR. I want to be known as the most hardworking person, because fine, I like to work a lot. I don't think that today as a consultant I'll be successful. You get it? So women supporting women is, you see, you're a human being. When I use the word human being, it's every facet of it. You're a human being with a heart. I love my sister. When I see my sister, I'm somebody who, when I see you and I see that there's an opportunity, I know it will help you. I don't need you to even give me 10%. No. Oh, sis, you look, Charlie, someone has been looking for, you know what, can I give a number over? Yeah. I mean, it's up to you to decide you want to just say thank you. I don't really care. But that I have given somebody a chance and fulfilled in my life.
That's how it should be.
You know, when you live like that, when you live without expectations, the universe, God has made the universe in a way to respond to us who do things positively. The world is not just physical. Some of us, I believe in the spiritual element of it. If you really want to succeed, bless somebody else. The world responds to you. The universe responds to you. People think the universe is God. No, they don't get it right. The universe is created by God for me. And I control the elements of it. You get it? So if I am doing well to my sister, I do well to my sister, well to my brothers, the universe is happy with me. Everything is aligned. So please, women supporting women is very important. It is a catalyst for your personal growth and success. That's what I would say.
It's a catalyst for your personal growth. How about you? When it comes to women supporting women and in a very competitive environment?
I think some women have to understand that we're not competitors, we're co-conspirators trying to achieve a certain dream and a certain vision. And one of those dreams and vision is to see women in their highest pedestal.
Absolutely.
Because one of my dreams is to see women sit in chairs that, you know, men have only been able to sit in, or see women hold positions that people have said over the years that these positions only men can, you know, have those positions. So I think women need to understand that we are co-conspirators, and when another woman is doing better than you are, it should be an inspiration. It shouldn't come as a negative thing to you. When it comes negatively, then you start wanting to compete. Oh, I want to do this so that this person can lose her position, so that I can also get my Hermes bag and my Dior bag and look nice. And no, but it should inspire you to work harder or work smarter to do better. So you can even go to the person, oh sis, you're doing amazing. So tell me, what can I do? Where do I go to? What are you doing that I'm not doing? You know, learn from the person and basically just implement it in what you're doing. You know, do your cross your T's and dot your I's, and you know, get everything straight.
Remember that we're not competitors, but we are what? Co-conspirators. Ladies and gentlemen, today, if you don't write this English that they are speaking here, the last time I'm having them here, no, not the last time, next Tuesday they're coming. But ladies and gentlemen, especially my ladies, this is for you. I hope you're learning. I hope you're writing down. I hope you're learning to equip yourself, because that's what this conversation is about. I don't want you to enter into this year, and it's very timely, because we're just starting the year. We're still in January. I don't want you to face this year the same way you did last year. I want you to face it with a more positive posture. We're going for a quick commercial break. When we return, the conversation continues right here on The Dish on MX. We'll be right back.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop?
Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Shopping just got easier, better, and smarter. A-Z Department Store, your trusted go-to shopping destination in Ghana. It's live online. Experience the same trusted in-store excellence from the comfort of your home. From fashion to lifestyle essentials, we've redefined shopping to suit your lifestyle. Simply visit www.onlinestore.azgroupgh.com. Browse, click, and enjoy seamless shopping anytime, anywhere. The offers get even better. 10% discount on first order, free delivery. Note that you can pay via cash on delivery, Momo, and Visa. A-Z Department Store, lifestyle redefined.
Sisi masendi obia sika ma no enti me twam kwadwo na ponche na
soa masendi pictures na ma choose your pet na fe send this sika no ma no
Sending money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash is free. You can also make payments to merchants on all networks with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
You're welcome back to the dish right here on MX24. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an exciting time right here. I am learning because I tell you, people, don't be fooled by this, all of this. I'm a very, very young girl who has been shown shaggy by life. So, you know, sometimes I come up older. But yeah, I'm still learning and I need us to all learn right here on the show. One of the things that excited me when I was put on the show was the fact that I get to meet very progressive women. I get to meet women that are impacting lives, so I get to learn. And so please, let's do this together. A big thank you to Decozone for this beautiful set, Cowbell Coffee, Club Shandy, LPG, and of course to you for keeping me right here in my seat. You didn't let me lose my job. You stayed right here with us. You made us do this. Okay, so thank you. Now, ladies, thank you so much for staying with me. We have Miss Emma Lane and Petra. Yeah. My favorite. And she's a lady pastor too. People you don't know. So when she's speaking, you hear the cover shade inside. She's a lady pastor and she's killing it everywhere. Now let's go back to the conversation of, listen, when we think about success, one of the things that you also hear is you cannot do this without a man. What do you guys make of this conversation? That women want to automatically male relationships because they feel they're competitors. I want us to digress a little bit into that.
It's a lot.
Let me start with you, Petra.
It's a lot. And I've seen women work with this ideology for years, and it hurts me. And you know, this is why I have a ministry called Women Only Ministry. And it's a ministry where I empower women to be able to do things that God has created them to do. Because, you know, there's this ideology that only men can do certain things, which I just spoke about a few minutes ago. You know, but I want women to come to the understanding that there is a strength and there is a power in you that can make you achieve everything that God has purposed you to achieve. It doesn't matter if men have been able to do it over the years. A woman can still do it, and even do it greater. And
it's the way women has portrayed themselves over the years. But I'm glad that women are coming out of that. I mean, Petra speaking here, she's even married. She has her own business, but she still has a husband. And I said, see men as your collaborators. I don't get it. See, I think it's my mindset. I have never seen a man different from me. I've seen him as a colleague, like a co-creator. You get it? So I have never had unsuccessful social relationships with men. It's not possible, except probably we don't think or see eye to eye. You get it? Just see them as people who have the same blessing that you have. And for me, it's funny, I got to the university after my immediate younger brother. So he was almost graduating, and then I actually delayed in getting to school because I didn't know my purpose. I kept failing, thinking I was going to be a medical doctor. I didn't know that my calling was to be a human builder and a talkative. So I thought I was going to be with injections and all of those things for 9 good years, failing WASI, finding my way. My brother, first WASI, bam. Hey, the last one too, why? Firstborn, and it was a torture for me. I had to come to a conclusion that my brothers got it and I don't. So I need to learn. So when I got into school with my immediate younger brother, every day I said, young man, mathematics, I can see that you and maths were born together. So please, when I come back from school, just give me 30 minutes and take me through. My sister, that's how I aced university. You came out with the highest grade. From a failure, 9 years failing, I graduated with the first class, which was impossible. Math, I did business, math, calculus, everything. What was the difference? I humbled myself to my brother. I'm the firstborn. Iraba, senior, why should I go to my brother asking for help? That is one thing, ladies. Learn to ask for help, no matter the gender. There's nothing wrong with it. We are not all filled with all we need. That's why God made all of us together. So by the grace of God, I would say part of my success, I give it to my brothers. You get it? And when I even started study groups in school, they were mostly men. You see? And I ended up becoming a teacher. So the way they taught me, smart things ladies do, is that when you learn, you share. So I was sharing. So I became a helper to somebody. And that made whatever I learned stick in my head. So I am who I am because of people. I am who I am because of men God brought into my life and women. So basically, you can do it with, but it doesn't mean that if the man doesn't support you, you cannot do it. It's not true. It's not true.
I had this thing I learned from the media house we're at. Teamwork makes the dream work. And we were saying it to each other, but we were not doing it. And so we saw the impact of that. Especially when you get into a space where women are dominating conversations. It's, for me, in my understanding, it's imperative for these women to come together. Because for me, once the company is going down, you go and check. Half of it is the women fighting each other. And somehow, even if it's a small fraction of women in the company, that the failure or the whatever is stifling the growth of that company is or bothers on what the women are not doing. Really. And I'm saying this because I've done my own experiments and I've done my own research based on the spaces I've been at. Coming back to the conversation, because when I started, I mentioned that part of some organizations' growth is bothers on what women are able to do together. How are we able to achieve this? Because, let me say, Marlene and Petra, it's happening. a lot of media houses, a lot of companies are folding up because the women have refused to work together. Some women in there have refused to work with their supposed competitors because that's what they decide to see it as. How are we able to break that status quo? How are we able to break that thing completely? So 2025, young companies will see progress.
Yeah.
Because we're tired. Really and truly, sometimes I'm tired of being a woman. Because I'm like, why can't we just do this together? But how are we able to fix it?
Okay, let Petra go.
Okay, I think it starts from the mind. We have to change our mindset about. We have to change our mindset about life. You know, certain experiences from childhood, certain things that we have been through in life have brought us to, or even the things that the media is portraying, especially social media, has made women to feel like it is always supposed to be a competition. I want to look better than someone. I want to have money more than someone. My man has to look the
Nicer
best.
than everybody.
You know, it comes off as that, and that thing has fed into our mindset as women. But you know, there are certain women out there that are changing that narrative and making women to understand that it is not a competition. Like I said earlier, we're co-conspirators. We're trying to achieve a certain goal, a certain vision. And when women begin to see it that way, then it's like they're putting their hands on deck. We're working together to achieve this. But when they don't see it that way, it's like everybody's going to do their own thing. And that is what separates the women fold from the men fold.
Yes.
From the men fold, rather, sorry. That's what separates the women fold from the men fold. Because you see men, they are able to come together, sit together, have tea, have a drink, and be like, okay, let's do this, let's build this, let's push this person. And once this person is gone, you are next. Once this one too is gone, you are next. But you see, women are always on their own, or they would rather want to work with the men. And it is because there is this sense of competition amongst us. Sometimes we don't even talk about it. But the aura in the space, the aura in the room,
you don't have support. You don't have
the aura in the, you don't have to speak about it, but the aura in the room already, when ladies walk in, you can just tell that, oh my God, these ladies are in for for competition. You know, so we need to see ourselves as co-conspirators. And the truth of the matter is, because that vision has not been made clear to them, some of them cannot run with it. So that vision needs to be made clear to them. And what is the vision of the women fold in general in this world? So we have to have one vision. And that vision is to see women strive in their respective areas of life. You know, and to see women hold places that people have thought that women cannot hold. You know, I think Google recently, about 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, 20,000 people walked out in support of women because they felt like women were not being treated fairly in their workplace. And you see that unity and you're like excited that, okay, people are trying to make a change. People are trying to speak for women. So I feel like we women should see the vision and run with it. The vision is not to bring down a sister or to do better than a sister. The vision is for all of us as one to become great and see us. Because I feel like if you're a woman in a big company or in a big space and I'm looking for a job, and all things being equal, I can do the job. You have seen my CV, you have seen my past achievements here, thank you. And you see that, okay, this person can do the job. And you recommend me and you give me the job. Those are the visions, you know, not having to go through certain things. Which, you know, this is not why we are here. So let me not talk about this.
Since you will not, since it's my show, I can talk about it. Because if we had more women, and listen, I've told you guys I've never been a feminist. I don't even the original position of feminism, which is including women in conversations or in spaces or women getting the equal opportunity. Even with that, I'm not with it, because note, there are certain capacities of women that when you put there are certain things that women embody, right? When you put them in a position of leadership, you are actually breaking them, because sometimes we lead from the back. But you put the woman in the front and you're worrying her. Because we have a nurturing spirit, naturally, if you don't have a nurturing spirit as a woman, I don't know, maybe Not only God will ask this one, but I'm sorry. But naturally, we as women have a nurturing spirit. We have a nurturing personality. So we're here to build. We're here to double.
Yeah.
Sometimes doubling from the front is hard. But the job requirement says that double from the front. How are you able to do it? So sometimes you have to make the woman the general manager and make the boss the man the CEO. But putting the woman in the CEO position can't worry her. I've seen women suffer in big positions, and you're worried what is going on. But this one was so good, leading from behind. So sometimes I don't agree. Then there's also the one that is in the system, the feminism that is in the system. That one there, I wash my hand. I don't know, but I'm saying that listen, women having to be giving positions, women having to drive conversations is very much bordered on character. And I always will say this. Sometimes they said I'm with a man to man. Men, you people have won my heart. So I can't help it. But let's come back to the conversation of listen. How are we able to do this without the struggles that are involved with it?
So there's an element to human and social relationships that we need to be observant of. So we always say men are insecure. But you notice that men, when they're with themselves, don't carry insecurity around themselves. No. Hey, what's up? Yo, high five. Charlie, what's up? Business, sports. If there's a woman they love to talk about, whatever. Yeah? But a woman's insecurity shows up when she sees somebody that looks better than her. Now a man can see a fellow body with a, hey Charlie, be your car that man, see the spec. He's not feeling bad that he doesn't have some Charlie. May give me some enter the car, they drive off. A woman will size her. How did she get the car? Look at her. She's not even as smart as I am. She's not even fine like me. So there's an element of some emotional unsettlement that women, you see, we are a whole baggage. Men and women have emotions, but you see, because men naturally will not show it, they are in control of a sort. But women, we wear emotions on us. So women need to learn emotional intelligence. And I'm glad you mentioned it when you were talking about it in the beginning. You see, in a department, I remember being led by a female HR back at where we used to work, and she was a very good mentor for me. I mean, she would teach me, she would allow me do things, and she would correct me. You know, and before her, I had another leader like that who, their goal for me was just to say, Emma, I see potential in you, I want you to grow. Do you know that if we had other female HR people in my department, I will pass on the same spirit. So it's a leadership problem. If a department has women, and the leader is a man or a woman, and they don't, you say, nip it in the bud that, listen, this character does not work here. When I come to an organization, I say, Mimi, dear, I see that she's loving everybody, there's fairness, there's equity, you know, I will align myself.
True.
But if I meet a company where I see that there's already division, and it's always division. Like that, I'm seeing the division from the beginning.
I'll just look for where to align. Where enemy I want to be.
Exactly. So it's a leadership issue. Everybody comes with their own environmental experiences, family experiences. Some people even have trauma. Now, this trauma issue is something we really don't talk about. Some people are acting out of past experiences that have hurt their self-esteem. And the only way they can thrive is by hitting somebody else.
Because hurts people anyway.
Thank you for summarizing the whole thing. So if you meet people who hurt people, you will have such a thing. If I'm a leader that doesn't encourage those things, I worked somewhere where it was a woman, almost all women company. I was second in command to the owner, who is a woman. Now this woman was suffering from a very bad divorce, so she was very bitter. I got there and I met the team. They thought she had hired me to come and continue her vendetta. So she had sacked a man who was very experienced in the industry and hired a young lady who had just finished university. So my first job after school was a man. I never went through the ranks. I got there. For me, I never learn, but I don't come there quickly and I want to start. No, I don't. I want to collaborate. That's how I do it. And I got to see that there was a lot of pushbacks. See, hey, I have come here to help. I'm even smiling, and I'm always, Mimi knows, I'm always smiling and always like, some people wonder if I get angry. And they were still pushing back. One of them even was so verbally disrespectful to me. So usually as a boss, you'd be like, hey, you've insulted me. There's no need to talk now. There's no need to query and sack.
You get it.
But I looked beyond the way she spoke. I said, no normal human being would just risk losing her job and insult her boss.
True.
So I called her to my office to sit down, and I said, what is wrong? Are you okay? She was surprised. The kind of issue she
poured out to you.
Single mom and her problems, and then how this woman has been terrorizing her life. Because remember, in HR, performance is not only impacted by no salary or whatever. Emotional issues can minimize how you perform. So if you don't deal with the baggage, the person is a superstar, but the person will remain crawling, and you will think that person is lazy. The person does no. When I was done with her, and I decided to use the same thing to do with the rest, by the time I resigned, because the woman decided to remain stubborn, they all followed and left.
Wow.
But we became close. After the meeting the next day, hello, they were all, it's like a burden had been lifted up from their spirits. Every woman who has the opportunity to lead should see themselves as servant leaders. You're not there to come and create what's it called, cliques and whatever. No, it's you. You have to create unity. And you said something. Teamwork makes the dream. But if the leader doesn't have that spirit, I remember back in the day where I used to work, some staff will come and complain that where they are, they don't feel like they belong because the leader has created a certain clique. So they will come and complain, and it was too much. I heard it almost. I was like, what is going on? And so those people had to leave. Eventually, the ones who are driven will not stay. You know, like you said, they don't hurt people. So instead of them playing along, they walk away. So this is the reason why, Mimi, you have noticed these things. It's a toxic environment.
It is.
You know, and if you are somebody who is driven by purpose, don't stay for long. Walk away. And the issue of women leading behind, or you see, it's a matter of ability. I ran my own company. I never knew in my life I would be an entrepreneur. My father used to tell me, I thought it was a joke. I said, please, I enjoy serving people. It's a pleasure for me.
It is.
I fell into entrepreneurship by chance. I love solving problems, and all of a sudden I got demands, and I had to create a company.
Wow.
But one thing I do, people really know that I'm the boss. I have put my people in charge. They know who the boss is, but I said, listen, young man, what's your decision when you come to me? What do you want to do about it? Okay, go ahead. I don't have time to. No. If it fails, we all fail. But if you learn the lesson, if it goes well, I give you the credit. Do you get it? Because funny enough, all my team members are men.
Wow.
It's not intentional. It's just that they find it comfortable working with me. And I'm obviously open to having women. But the point is that with women too, like you said, some women, because of maybe family issues, that is why a lot of people don't hire women. They say, women, today you're absent, tomorrow your child, tomorrow your stomach, next week your period, and all of those things. Some women have those issues and can manage it better. Some can't. So it's a matter of ability. Put women who understand that this is the challenge, but they have a way. But also, let's be fair, Mimi. All we are saying, if you don't provide support for those women too, they can be the best.
And I was going to bring that. You know, actually, my closing statement was going to be, and I'm going to bring it up. God will give me another one. My closing statement was, with all the things that women face, from PTSDs to our hormones that we ourselves don't understand. Because we have 4 seasons. We have 4 seasons in a month. 4 seasons. The first week, we don't know what is happening to our body. The second, we have no idea what to do with all the emotional rush. We don't know why we are happy, but we're happy. And then the next minute, we have no idea where the crying is coming from. Our bodies and our makeup is already going through a lot.
True.
Then another woman understanding that you, another woman, do not understand what goes on in your body, but you are just living by the day, is the first problem of your life. Then we are creating an environment of traumatized women.
Absolutely.
And then do you know what? We're passing it on.
Yes.
That is it.
Oh, do you know what I went through when I was becoming a journalist?
You have to go through it.
And that is what we are seeing in our work environment. And I love that I learned well. I don't know how I learned this from you or my mother. I don't know who I learned it from. But somehow, when I see a young girl be utterly disrespectful, which, by the way, I don't think a lot of women will be able to accommodate, my first question is, what is going on with you? Because no normal human being should be acting like this.
Yes.
To get yourself a bad name. I'm glad I learned this early.
You know,
because it's a thing. I didn't know it was a thing.
There's something When I put myself in Petra's shoes, I won't treat her the way I don't want to be treated.
True.
Leadership these days lack empathy. That is why a lady will say, I went through this,
so you have to go through.
Are you aware not everybody woman goes through labor pains?
True.
Thank God we didn't determine labor. Some women go pump is out. Yeah, I've seen women give me that testimony. They have that, and some women will struggle for hours. Some labor 2 hours, some labor 2 days, some labor 3 days, some labor seconds. But they all give birth. Does it make anyone better than the other? No. So if we women could determine who has labor, I'm sure I went through 10, you go through 20 hours.
Yes.
But God in his wisdom has even seen that, everybody had their capability.
Yes.
So we should also behave the same way. Put yourself in your sister's shoes. Understand that that I could take pain doesn't mean we can take pain. That I can be strong when I've lost my parents. Doesn't mean somebody else can be strong and lost theirs. It doesn't mean I should wish somebody else to lose theirs, which is the temptation of when you lose somebody you love. You just need to understand. I pray that no, I don't wish my enemy. This one, dear God, please don't let me go through what and where mentorship, that's where mentorship comes in. That I've gone through heartbreaks, divorce, separation, loss of a spouse. I don't want my other person to go through. It's hell. So when you know that what you've been through is painful and you have empathy, you won't do the same thing like the stories you are sharing with me. And then you will provide the profit. That's why you see women fighting for women. No, we need a daycare center. We need a menstrual day, a menstrual period week or break. Now they're saying mental health breaks, not just for men, but I mean for women, but for men too. These are the opportunities you can use because when our emotions are okay, when you are emotionally healthy, my sister, the relationship is smooth.
My producers are telling me I have just a few minutes, so I'm going to let this be your closing because this one that you just said, we don't have to water it down with anything else. Please, this will be your closing statement. What do you say about this particular conversation we've had this morning?
I just want to say to women out there that there's so much we can do. There's so much in us. There's so much that God has given us. And there's so much that God wants us to do. There's so much we can achieve. And for any woman out there that is looking down on themselves, I just want you to be encouraged. And remember that God is in you. And with him, you can do all things. You're a royal priesthood. You are a woman of value. We value you. We love you. And forget all the women around you who are being competitive and insecure. There are women out there like us who support you, who love you, who we're praying for you. We're pushing for you in the workspace. We're trying to make sure that when you come over here you'll be able to have things easy, like some of us have had and some of us have not had, So be encouraged. We love you.
It's interesting that we had our very first female vice president in this country, and her statement that has driven her moving into the Flagstaff House is that I'm not only going to sit in the Flagstaff House like a queen. I'm not going to just open the door and go through it. I'm going to hold the door open. And the other day I tried to explain to my viewers what it meant. It meant that for all of us young women, we have a mentor up there that we're looking at, that if this woman rose through all the educational ranks that there is, went through all the ministerial ranks that there is to become that woman, you don't need to skip the process. In fact, he's made it a bit easy. She's made it a bit easier for you to see something that looks like what your dreams are like and to chase. I am excited about this particular conversation because I want you to sit down, rewatch, watch playback, watch all over again, and remember that this is about you. These progressive women have gone through different situations so that you don't have to go through it. And even when you're going through it, you see all those women that make you feel like you're nothing, they are all reasons why you have to even be a bit more softer. So they can learn from you. So they can be better people. They said lead from love, and this is one of it. Yes, they treated you bad, so what? So be a better version of what they could not ever be so that they can learn from you. We are excited to have given you 13 episodes of great conversation with progressive women. We're back again with something even better. And when we come back again, it's going to be conversations that will make us better, grow, learn, relearn, and unlearn things that will not help us. But you ladies have been absolutely phenomenal on helping us close up this one. Let's say a big thank you to Decazone, a big thank you to Cowbell Coffee, a big thank you to LPG, and to every single person, Clap Shandy, Telesil. Guys, you have been, and of course, Tango Washing Powder. Thank you so much for coming on board this amazing project of empowering women the positive way. All the women that have been on the show, we want to say thank you to you for making us relevant in the conversation of empowering women. We are so, so grateful. To my entire team, I want to say a big thank you to Efo, to, what was that guy? That guy with the rasta, what's his name again? That's my gun brother's name. What's his name? Hey, God, hey, I'm dead. To every single person, to Bismarck, to every single person who has made this show a success, I want to say thank you. And thank you for welcoming me into this family with this warm hug. I appreciate this.
Visit www.mx24online.